It's not just brown sugar. It's the cinnamon, it's the nutmeg, it's the cloves that really take this cake to another level. It tastes like it's homemade and not out of a box. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this deliciously moist pineapple upside down cake. I'm going to be using my Curtis Stone 10-inch deep dish DuraPan. Say that 3 times. So hopefully the cleanup is as easy as he claims it to be. I'm also going to be using a recipe that I got off delmonte.com because I happen to be using the pineapple rings from Del Monte. So let's get started. First, we're going to melt 1/3 of a cup of butter into our pan. Once it's pretty much melted, we're going to start with our light brown sugar. Make sure you pack 2/3 of a cup of light brown sugar into your measuring cups and then give that a stir to make sure that's fully incorporated into the butter. Then we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/2 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves. And we're going to stir that in. Make sure you get everything on the sides, so scrape the sides so everything is fully incorporated. Next, it's time to add our pineapple slices. Now I was able to get 7 in there. And once you get your pineapple rings in, we're going to take it off of the heat and we're going to start with our cake mix. Into your bowl, you're going to add 1 package of yellow cake mix of your choosing. I use the Duncan Hines Yellow Classic Mix. Then you're going to add 1/2 of a cup of vegetable oil. And to that, you're going to add 1 cup of the reserved pineapple juice from the can. After that, I'm going to start my hand mixer going so that I can get ready to go in with my eggs. One at a time, you're going to add 3 eggs just to make sure everything is thoroughly mixed. But as you can see, when I go in to add my next couple of eggs, 2 of them went in at the same time. If that happens, it's okay. You just want to make sure that you thoroughly mix the eggs. And we want to be careful not to overmix because this should not be a dense cake. It should be very nice and moist. Scrape the sides down because you don't want to leave any of the mix out. After you're done scraping everything off the sides, go in with another mix with your hand mixer just for about 10 seconds. It shouldn't be that long at all. You just want to make sure everything is fully incorporated. Now it's time to pour your cake batter over your pineapple rings mixture. Again, you want to go in with your spatula and scrape the sides so you don't leave anything out. While you're doing this, your oven should be preheating at 325. And now it's time to go in the oven. And this is the result after 45 minutes. You want to let it cool for about 5 minutes before putting it on your cake stand or plate. As you can see, it's beautifully browned. It's pulled away from the pan. So this should be a breeze to get out. Here comes the moment of truth. And by the way, this pan is pretty heavy. It came out quite nicely. Nothing was left in the pan. You can still see the steam coming off of it. Now, this recipe did not call for cherries, but what's a pineapple upside down cake without cherries? So I did add them in afterward. Now it's time to cut a slice. You can see how that knife just goes in like butter. I have to admit, y'all, that when I first looked at the cake, I thought I had left it in the oven for too long because it was a little darker than what I expected it to be. But what sets this cake apart is it's not just brown sugar. It's the cinnamon, it's the nutmeg, it's the cloves that really take this cake to another level. It tastes like it's homemade and not out of a box. Now you can see how it's light, it's fluffy, it's not dense at all. And I was so excited to try a piece, I didn't even get it on camera. But I will say, I shared it with family and friends, and everyone loved it. For those of you that are wondering, this is what the pan looked like after baking the cake in it. Not bad at all. So when Curtis Stone is on HSN and he's presenting his cookware, he says that all you need to do is take a regular dishcloth and wipe the pan out. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. It is coming up very easily. As you can see, there's nothing that is sticking to the pan at all. Technically, you could probably wipe it out really quickly and then throw something else in there. I would probably wash it still, but I will agree that Curtis Stone's cookware does exactly what he says it's gonna do. That makes me very happy because I bought a whole set and I don't regret it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.